All right. Welcome back. Healing Hands, Reiki, and Spiritual Development. You have made it to our last module on the chakras. And today we will be discussing healing practices as well as a guided meditation for the Crown Chakra. Please like, share, and subscribe to the page if you feel that you've learned something from today's meditation. And we're going to get started. Like I said, today we are dealing with the Crown Chakra. In terms of the location of your Crown Chakra, it's the crown of your head. You know, imagine yourself as a queen or a king, and where you would put your crown, your divinity, your subconscious, your thoughts, your mind, your ori, is on top of your head. Because that's the portion of your body, your physical body, that's closest to God. So your Crown Chakra. What does that really mean? You know, you hear these words, Crown Chakra, divinity, God. What does it really mean to me? What does it really mean to you? So your head is the elevated portion of your body. You don't walk around on your head with your feet up, right? Some people can walk on their hands with their feet up, but it's only momentarily. You have grown, you've evolved as a human to walk on your feet as it is grounding you and to have your head elevated. Okay? I remember way back in the day, I used to take ballet classes. Back in the day, I had a ballet teacher named Miss Amy. And Miss Amy would always say, back straight, head up. Back straight, head up. And it kind of makes sense. You know, Miss Amy, I guess she was trying to teach us a little bit about the chakras, that always walk around with your head elevated. Because basically what that really means on an esoteric level, when your head is elevated, your consciousness, the way you think, becomes elevated. You get it? Elevated closer to God-like, you know, God's thoughts, God's consciousness. You become aligned with your divinity. Okay? So what is your consciousness? It's like your thoughts. Those voices you hear in your head. No, you know, everybody hears those voices. Doesn't mean that you're crazy, you know, that's your consciousness. It can be swayed from other energy coming in that you absorb. For example, you go to work or you're hanging around some friends and you just feel a negative vibe, like, I shouldn't be here. I knew I shouldn't have come. I shouldn't be in this place. I'm picking up something negative. You're absorbing that negative energy. You've ever been in a situation where you walk into a room and one person saying something negative, so it kind of changes the energy of the room, and then everybody else said, yeah, you know what, I felt the same way, and they start speaking negatively about that person or that situation or thing, and then you begin feeling that way. You're letting other thoughts, energies enter into your consciousness. Okay? And then we can do it to ourselves. We can have certain thoughts that we have in our minds that are not negative, not best for our interest. Let's say you have a certain goal that you want to complete and you're not feeling very courageous about it. So it's kind of like you let your thoughts self-sabotage. And you begin to think, oh, woulda, coulda, shoulda, if, what if this happens? And you begin to stall in your actions. So you can actually, your thoughts can actually stall your elevation of your consciousness or divine, to the divine. So we have to learn and remember how to balance that. Okay? Fixated on one way of doing things. And then again, don't be so egotistical that you become a know-it-all, right? So the quality, the identity of the crown chakra is basically universal identity, finding out who you are in this place we call Earth, living at this time in this dimension. You're here for a reason. Do you know your purpose being here in this place at this time? Have you connected with your universal identity? Are you able to go into nature and identify with a tree, or identify with that bird, or identify with that insect? Basically, opening, aligning, and balancing that crown chakra helps you to learn your place in nature. You become one with nature. And as you become one with nature and learn your place in nature by observing how nature is and how you react to it, you ultimately begin to learn more about yourself. You begin to develop your conscious mind. You begin to align with your divinity. So basically, the purpose of the crown chakra is universal transcendence. So what does transcendence really mean? It's like one of those big SAT words, right? Kids are studying right now for that SAT coming up. Okay? To transcend something basically means to think through it, not to hold attachment to that thing, but to basically see both sides, where you fit in both sides, and to go through that situation or thing. Sometimes we become attached to things in life. You know, at one point in time, I was very attached to Michael Kors purses, and you cannot get them out of my hands. You know, but then I was able to transcend that attachment and say, you know, I no longer hold an energy to this Michael Kors purse. Michael Kors purse. That was me. Okay. I'm able to let go. I'm able to learn why I was attached to it and then let go. So now my niece has my Michael Kors purses. She has my Michael Kors purses. Sometimes we get attached to people and we don't know how to transcend that energy of attachment when it no longer serves us, and we become stuck in a rut, attached to the person or people, and we're not able to develop our own identity. As women, what women do, we kind of mesh with the identity of the man, and whatever their identity is, we kind of like chameleon ourselves into it instead of really developing who we are as an individual person first. Some people get attached to ideas. Okay? I grew up in a day and age where a particular religious view was the only way. And it kind of held me limited in my spiritual development. I had questions, of course we all do. Growing up in certain households with certain spiritual practices, we would have questions, and sometimes our questions weren't answered. Sometimes they were answered with, "You don't question God," and that was the answer. I was yearning for more. Basically, what I was yearning for was my identity in this construct of what was called a certain religion. And I had to come to a consensus that I've learned enough about myself, my identity, to see that I no longer belong here. I can no longer be attached to this idea, this religious principle or this religious idea. I had transcended, basically. And I began to look at how I identified with nature. You know, look at a tree. Simply observing a tree can help you learn a lot about yourself. So visualize the picture of a tree, whether it's a new tree that was just planted, or whether it's an old tree. I like old trees because they have a lot of energy. They're really grounded, you know? And it seems like when I look at a tree, an old tree, I see wisdom, you know? I see transcendence. So picture a tree in your mind. The trunk of the tree represents support. Just like your spine of your body represents support. You visualize the roots of that tree. Try to figure out, well, maybe they go for miles and miles under the ground, especially if it's an old tree. And you think about your roots, your ancestors, how you are a part of that, and how they go back generations and generations and generations, and how you are still a part of that. Okay? You look at the leaves in the spring and the summer, and how they grow, how they spurt, undergo photosynthesis, and they're all green, full of energy, storing that energy in that leaf and just growing and growing and growing. And then throughout the year, as the temperature changes, those leaves begin to change color. It's almost as if the tree has its own identity and it accepts the fact that it's time to change. You know? In the fall, you see all the different colors of the leaves, and it's so easy for the tree to accept change. And you think about, am I accepting change in my life? Am I open to change? Because nothing is static. Everything constantly changes. Okay? You think about, well, in the wintertime, in late fall, when those leaves fall off the tree, those leaves are not attached. By the end of December, early January, you don't see near a leaf on a tree, do you? They're not attached. There's no attachments. Learn to let go. Am I learning to let go in my life? Right? And then springtime comes around and you see the new buds. Am I learning to manifest my goals? Am I learning to bud in my new identity? Because I've let go, I have no attachments. Now it's time for growth. See, I learned to identify with that tree. Learn your identity from nature. And it's basically, that's the property of the crown chakra. Am I learning to transcend situations? Am I learning to transcend certain thought patterns that I was attached to in order to grow? Because again, nothing stays the same. You know, nothing stays the same. Your crown chakra begins to develop, of course, before you're even born. Actually, biologically, anatomically, your brain develops within the first 3 weeks of gestation in the womb. That's a very critical time of development, to have a primitive nervous system before you have a heart. So you have your crown that's beginning to form, your way of thinking that begins to form before your third eye forms, your intuition, before your throat chakra forms, your voice, the way you communicate. Your crown chakra forms before your heart chakra forms, before your solar plexus, your sacral, and before you are rooted. So think about how important it's been developing from the moment you were conceived. And it's going to continue to develop until the moment you decide to physically transcend this earthly place. So, in terms of issues that deal with that crown chakra, belief systems. It's so hard to let go of certain belief systems. You have to be really rooted in your own identity to let go of belief systems. These belief systems typically are placed on us as we're children. Children are so young and impressionable. You know, they believe everything. You can say the Easter Bunny is going to wake up with some Easter eggs for you and candy, and they really believe it. You know, whatever mom and dad says, whatever sister, brother says, grandma, granddad, aunt, uncle, whatever they say, little kids believe it. So if you think about our belief system, what you believe, you manifest. Okay? If a child has endured trauma at an early age, whether it's through lies, being told intentionally or unintentionally, that belief system kind of becomes their consciousness. It gets intertwined with their consciousness. And what you believe will manifest. You know? Poor education, information being withheld, basically closes down the energy of that crown chakra. I like this. I don't like it, but I like to talk about this particular trauma, spiritual abuse. We always hear the word abuse with sexual abuse or verbal abuse or emotional abuse. And we all understand the devastating effects of sexual, verbal, emotional abuse, but no one ever talks about spiritual abuse. Spiritual abuse stems from the fact that information has been withheld from you. Spiritual information has been withheld from you. You have been forced to believe one system in terms of spiritual practice. In terms of your ability to ask questions, it's been withheld. There is a such thing that is real. Spiritual abuse is real. And it takes a person who is very knowledgeable and educated about their identity to transcend that spiritual abuse. In terms of the demon of the crown chakra, that would be attachment. That's why I said learn to let go, like trees, let go of the leaves in the fall and the winter. Learn to let go of certain patterns, learning to let go of certain people, learning to let go of certain situations that no longer serve you. And this is energy concentrated in our head, our crown chakra. That energy is basically our consciousness. And since it is energy and energy does flow, it moves, this energy can be very excessive at sometimes, and it can be very deficient at sometimes. Learning to take a step back and evaluate your energy, not just in the crown chakra, but throughout all of your 7 main chakras, and your energy, evaluate that energy externally, how you respond to others, how they're responding to you. Basically helps you learn about your identity. It helps you to integrate your purpose in this world, at this time, in this space. So when we can identify with either an excess or deficiency in that energy, we then have to pose a question to ourselves. What are we going to do? What are we going to do to heal that energy? Deficient energy can manifest as inability to retain or process information, like short-term memory. It goes in and it comes out. I don't remember. What? Huh? Learning disabilities. Depression. Depression can help to drain or condense and knot that energy. You know, when you have a knot in your shoelace, you know, a knot in your hair, it's hard to comb out, right? right? You can't comb it out without breaking, detaching, releasing that attachment of hair that was knotted up, right? You can't untie your shoelace without detaching it. It was attached to itself. So sometimes when that energy is deficient, it gets condensed to the point where it forms a knot, and knots block, just like blood clots and arteries will block the flow of blood and oxygen throughout the body. These energetic knots from deficient energy can block basically our transcendence. Okay? Boredom, alienation, apathy, and a materialistic, there goes that Michael Kors purse, a materialistic view on things in the world, you know? And then there's the opposite end of that spectrum. Sometimes throughout our interactions with people, or most often our interactions with ourselves, we can have excessive energy, in that crown chakra, where it would manifest as dissociation, confusion, not knowing how to make a decision, not being able to manifest what it is you want and what you need in your life. Those would be manifestations of excessive energy. So I'm glad you came today, and I'm glad you tuned in today, because we're going to do a very special guided meditation on balancing that energy in the crown chakra. And then we're going to visualize that energy moving down. So far, we've visualized that energy moving up. Now we're going to visualize that energy moving down from our crown chakras, through all of our chakras, grounding to the earth. Okay. Any questions so far? No?
Just one thing, would you cover some of the healing practices?
Healing practices, yes. Yoga poses. In your handout, you should have like a second page to your handout, right? There are certain yoga poses that one can do to help heal that crown chakra. Now, I'm not an advanced yogi, so I cannot balance my body on my head. Nonetheless, if you are, go for it. Downward facing dog is probably my extent of balancing near my head as opposed to on my head. Puppy pose. Puppy pose, downward facing dog, and cobra pose are some yoga poses that can be held with controlled breathing that helps to open, meaning activate the energy in that crown chakra, especially downward facing dog. When you have your head down, that blood is rushing, the oxygen is rushing down to that head. So you hold that pose, of course not like 15 minutes you pass out, right? But hold that pose. While you're holding these various yoga poses, you want to have pure thoughts. You don't want to be a downward facing dog and then cussing someone out in your head. You're just self-hexing yourself, Downward facing dog, and you're holding the intent in your mind of healing, of clarity of thought. Okay? You're holding that intent in your mind of what you're trying to manifest, ultimately to help you grow. Not necessarily what you want, like, oh, I want $1 million, but manifest and think about with clarity what it is that you need in your life at this moment. Not what you don't need, but what it is that you do need. Do you need more love? Do you need more understanding? Do you need more emotional support? Okay. So we focus on that. Also, this is like a real easy pose. Knees to chest. Simple knees to chest. You're basically hugging yourself on your back with your knees to your chest, forcing that energy up to your crown chakra. Again, if you want to stand on your head, if you want to balance that, go for it. That's on your back page where it gets close to handstand, and then some people can simply balance on the head with the head stand. Like I said, if you're an experienced yogi, of which I am not, go for it. Okay. Reestablishing physical and emotional connection. And in fact, various yoga poses will help you do that. There are certain yoga poses specifically to reestablish a connection with the physical body. Sometimes during our normal day-to-day activities, we forget that we have this physical body. It's almost as if we're on autopilot, just floating through life, and you forget to take care of that physical body. You forget to tap into that emotional identity. They always say women are so emotional. Okay, having emotions and identifying what those emotions are trying to tell you is a very intuitive thing to have, intuitive principle and practice to have. A program of learning and study. Throughout life, we should be constant learners. Like I said, go into nature, observe nature. That's programmed study. Make it a point every day to spend some time in nature to learn how you connect, to learn what I'm looking at in nature. How does that correspond to my life? Do I see two crickets fighting over a female cricket? Am I fighting internally? Is that a reminder that maybe my thoughts are fighting internally in my head? No. Do I see a hummingbird busy gathering food, or a bumblebee busy, or an ant busy, doing the work? Maybe it's my time to do the work. I've been sitting instead of doing the work. I've had these thoughts on what I want to do, but I'm not actively doing the work. Observing nature can help us learn what it is we need to do, like I said, to elevate. Not necessarily a program learning of study, like classroom environment. Nature, that's the best classroom. You simply, when you turn the water on in the morning before you take your shower, watching the water fall, the flow of the water, the sound of the water. Water is very flexible. It fills the container. It takes on any volume of that container. Simply learning or being able to observe and think about, well, am I flexible in life? Am I flexible like water? Can I fill any container? Specifically my own container. Am I flexible enough to detach from certain thought patterns to fill my own container? Okay. And of course, meditation. Meditation basically helps us to quiet that mind. It helps us to quiet our thoughts. It helps us to slow the breathing. A lot of times we're human and breathing is supposed to be intuitive to us, but sometimes we forget how to breathe correctly. Sometimes we forget how to breathe correctly. 18 breaths per minute should be the norm. Most people all throughout life just breathing like they just ran a marathon and they just woke up breathing like that. Slow the breathing, quiet the mind, quiet thoughts, so that you can connect with your divinity, your consciousness, even go beyond your consciousness to the subconscious. The subconscious is always working. The reason why we have these conscious thoughts in our mind is because what's always playing out in the subconscious. So learning to tap, meditation can help you learn to tap in to that subconscious. Reconfigure the energy of your subconscious so that your conscious thought can help you manifest what it is that you need. So, we're going to start our meditation. Those of you viewing out in YouTube land, feel free to find a safe place wherever you are. If you're out in nature, you're in your home, if you have a mat to lay on or to sit on, basically feel it, feel the energy of your space, feel the energy of your body. If you want to lay down, you may lay down. If you want to cuddle with your blankie, cuddle with your blankie. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. You have your teddy bear, cuddle with your teddy bear. And those of you that are sitting on a mat, make sure you're sitting with your back straight. You don't have to strain the back, but as long as it's straight, you're not slunched over. If you feel free to, or if you want to meditate with certain crystals, like I said, amethyst is a wonderful crystal that you can meditate with for the crown chakra. You can just simply place it on the top of your head or hold it. Those of you that want to meditate while candle gazing, purple is the color that corresponds to the energy of that crown chakra, with a fire gaze or a candle gaze. Those of you that are interested in practice, know about orgone energy, if you have your organite pyramid, or organite pendulum or pendant, you may hold that and resonate with that energy as well. So as long as you feel in a safe, secure place. So just close your eyes and breathe. Don't force the breath, just allow it to be. Feel the natural rhythm of the breath as it enters into your nose and exits throughout your mouth. Continue to just breathe normally. Allow your body to just be. Relax your eyebrows. Relax your nose. Feel your eyelids soften and relax. Feel your lips relax and your ears relax. And just release all that no longer serves you. Relax your shoulders. Release the tension you've held throughout the week. Feel your arms and your fingers get heavy and droop to your sides. Feel your breath becoming slower. Notice your chest as it begins to relax and loosen. You're releasing the attachments you held in your heart, your ribs. Just release your chest and let go. Relax your stomach as you breathe. Don't tighten, just release. Allow it to be. Feel the calming energy as it flows to your thighs. Release, relax. Feel your knees unlock and loosen, allowing the energy to flow down to your calves. Release the strain in your ankles and loosen each toe. Allow that energy to flow and release all that no longer serve you into the ground. All the negativity, allow the ground to absorb it and transmute it into love. As you focus on your breath, visualize a purple light entering into the very top of your head. Feel your hair become energized with this healing energy. It's powerful, loving energy from the divine. Feel this energy from the purple light enter into your crown chakra, through your scalp, into your skull, absorbed into your brain. Allow it to heal you. Allow it to fill your head with clarity and love and divine guidance. Imagine this healing purple light spinning and spinning and spinning in your crown chakra. As it spins, Just know that it's okay to release these attachments as it spins and heals each cell of your crown chakra. Know that it's okay to connect with your true identity, your true purpose in this world, at this time, in this space. Allow the energy to open a portal, peace, clarity, transcendence. As this healing purple light begins to grow larger and larger, you begin to feel the energy move down your face, onto your eyes, be absorbed through your nose and surround each cheek. You feel this healing energy from the purple lights. Concentrate in your mouth and in each tooth, down your neck, healing your words, down your shoulders, releasing tension. Allow this purple light to fill your chest with love that is unconditional. Allow this purple light to flow down each arm to your wrists and your fingers. And just know as this light reaches your hand that you extend that hand, you release all attachments that no longer serve you any good. Allow this healing purple light to fill your belly with compassion and courage and willpower, activating your confidence. Allow this healing purple light all the way from your crown chakra, all the way from the divine to feel your emotional center. Allow this purple light to release all the emotions that no longer serve you any good. They're just attachments. They're just there. They're not a part of who you really are. Allow this purple light to reach down to the root of your soul and heal any shaky foundation. Allow this healing light to feel any cracks in your foundation of life. Allow it to create stability as you walk throughout life. Allow this purple light to help you identify with your true emotions. Allow this purple light to help you flow like the river and be flexible. Allow this purple light to generate the confidence and the love and your true voice. Allow it to help you manifest your true vision. Allow it to help you identify with who you truly are in this world. This healing energy focus your vision on your crown chakra. See that energy increasing. All around you. Allow this light to fully cover your body and slowly transport you to a beautiful field of lavender. You smell the scent as the wind gently flows through the lavender buds. You slowly step out with one foot planted in the lavender and another foot planted, and you reach your hand out to feel the lavender buds between your fingers as the wind, the breeze gently flows. You lay down slowly beautiful field of lavender and the scent. All the scent calms you, puts you at ease, gives you clarity. You feel the breeze against your face. You feel and smell the aroma of the lavender buds, and you allow yourself to absorb the energy, the ashe of this wonderful herb. And take a moment and allow your body to release all attachments that no longer serve you any good. The thoughts, the words, the actions, the people in your life, the places that you go, the food that you eat. Release what no longer serves you any good. Allow the gentle breeze from the wind to carry it far, far away. You hold no attachments to these thoughts. You hold no attachments to these words. You hold no attachments to these people. They are not a part of your elevation. You are able to transcend and resonate with the healing power from the divine. Take a moment to feel the energy coursing through your body as it flows from your head throughout every cell of your body, fully encompassing your body. And you take a moment to just be. You take a moment to just meditate on your purpose. Why are you here? Why have you come back at this point in time? What are you here to learn? What are you here to teach? Focus on your true purpose. Focus on what it is you need to fulfill your true purpose. and just breathe. Slowly in through the nose and out through the mouth, and just allow yourself to just be present in this moment. Be present in this time and space. Be present in your own identity. Just be. Just be. As you feel the energy from the field of lavender, it energizes your body, gives you a sense of calm, a sense of peace. It gives you clarity and understanding. Allow your body to be fully surrounded by the lavender buds as they gently brush across your skin, opening, balancing, and aligning with your crown chakra. You state to yourself, divinity resides within. You state to yourself, I am open to new ideas. You state to yourself, the information I need comes to me and through me. You state to yourself, the world is my teacher. You state to yourself, I am guided by a higher power. My thoughts are guided by a higher power. My words are spoken with a higher power. My heart is filled with unconditional love from a higher power. My emotions are balanced and allow me to flow with a higher power. You state to yourself, I am rooted I am grounded. My foundation comes through a higher power. Visualize the field of lavender buds circling around your body faster as it spins. This lavender buds surround your body faster. As these lavender buds turn into the healing purple lights spinning around your body, cleansing out your aura, repairing any holes in your aura, fortifying your quadrants. You are open, you are aligned, you are balanced with the healing energy of the purple light. Meditate with this energy. And breathe. And breathe. Feel this energy. Meditate. And focus your breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. When you are ready, slowly come back to your body. Slowly come back to your body and notice the smells of the room. Notice the sounds of the room. Feel the vibration of the room with your physical body. Come back to this space. When you are ready, slowly open your eyes as if you are squinting through your eyelashes, acclimating your vision to your purpose in this place. When you are ready, slowly come back to your body and open your eyes. Slowly open your eyes and come back to your body. Welcome back. I'm a little tingly. I don't know about you. That felt good. Think about what you experienced. Think about your thoughts. What sensations you had in your body during this guided meditation. For me, I felt at peace. Very peaceful. Very calm. I was on vacation. So, welcome back, everybody. Would anybody like to share their experience? During meditation. Sometimes we get sensations, changes in temperature throughout our bodies, warm sensations, cold sensations. These warm sensations signal the fact that we are absorbing energy. These cool sensations signify that we're releasing old attachments, things that no longer serve us in life. So, I didn't feel any temperature changes. I just felt very peaceful. A little cold? That's fine. Your hands are tingling? Woo! That's good. Tingling hands. You might have those lucky hands. I don't know. I don't see any questions in the chat box, so if there aren't any questions or comments, concerns, points to share, I will sign off. And I do want to thank you for tuning in to Healing Hands, Reiki, and Spiritual Development Incorporated, where we encourage people to participate in their own healing. Please check us out next Sunday. We will not do a live stream next Saturday, but next Sunday, please check us out. We will have our Reiki share group here at H2H Wellness Centers, 1610 La Vista Road, Northeast in Atlanta, Georgia, from 4 to 6. So all who are interested in learning about what Reiki is, practitioners out there in YouTube land, if you want to come and practice your skill, you're more than welcome to join us next Sunday from 4 to 6. Until then, I will see you soon.